suppression is bad and I want people to know. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Ticking Together. Oof, I got rice. As always, the goal of this channel is to provide education about and to raise awareness as to what it's like living with Tourette syndrome. If you guys don't know me, my name is Carly. I'm 24 years old and I was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome when I was 12. Tourette's is a neurological disorder, which means it affects my brain, and it causes me to make involuntary movements and sounds known as tics. So these weird things I'm doing throughout this video, those are tics. I can't really control them and they're very disruptive and annoying. If you're out there and you want to stay tuned to Tourette's educational videos as well as awareness videos and some of my life stories of living with Tourette's for over 10 years now, I would be so appreciative if you would subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell, as I said, to stay tuned to all of my content. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing one of my last videos, which was trying to hold in my tics for as long as I can. This video was kind of a weird social experiment type thing, and here's why. As someone with Tourette syndrome, my whole life I've been told, just stop doing that. Why can't you hold them in? Like, stop ticking. It's weird, it's gross, like it's uncomfortable to watch. I got rice. And I've always been told, just try your best to hold them in. That's my whole life has been people telling me to hold them in and stop. And so I made a video last week trying to hold in my tics for as long as I could. I had a timer up on the screen. If you guys want to watch that video, I will link it up there and you can watch it. But I wanted to reply to some comments on that video today because, as I said, this is a weird social experiment type thing, and here's why. As I said, I've always been told to hold in my tics, and the thing that is really bizarre to me is that people are commenting on this video saying, please never hold in your tics. Like, they're begging me to never do this again. And this is something that I find kind of weird. And like, I know it comes from a really nice place of like concern and genuine like, hey, be safe. But strangers in my life who don't know me, as well as family members and friends, have always said, you know what, hold in your tics, try your best to hold them in, like you can do it, you can do it. They've always been oddly encouraging to hold in my tics and encourage suppression. And so what I think is weird is these strangers on the internet, after showcasing just how hard tic suppression is, are telling me stop suppressing, which is completely against the narrative I've heard my whole life. One of these comments reads, please do not suppress your tics anymore. I could see how much that hurts you, and I literally wished I was there to give you a hug watching you suffer like that. And this comment really spoke to me because it's like, as I've said my whole life, people have said hold them in, stop, you're weird. But online, because I'm showcasing my truth and showing people Tourette's isn't a joke and it is hard to suppress, people are now jumping on the bandwagon of the complete opposite approach and telling me to not suppress because they've seen the struggle it takes to suppress. Another person tells me the story of their daughter in school, and they say, if you want to know how bad it can get if you hold in tics, my daughter used to hold in her tics at school all day, not because she cared what others thought, but so she could try and hear her teachers and get her work done. I relate. She would come home and have full-blown tic attacks, leaving her exhausted. And then she goes on to explain a little bit more. I got rice. But the thing is, like, people that don't know the truth about Tourette's have always encouraged suppression, at least in my life. And correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys have Tourette's and you've experienced this differently than me, I would love to hear about it in the comments. But my whole life, my mom, my dad, my brother, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my friends, my teachers, strangers, my boss, people have told me, just hold them in, can't be that hard. Like, resist the urge kind of thing. And now, as I said, showcasing how hard it is to hold in tics, I think people are kind of getting it. Like, I was gonna have a full-blown panic attack if I suppressed. And another thing is, like that comment said, if I suppress my tics for too long, I will have a tic attack, which is a very severe bout of tics that persists for at least half an hour straight. And I get basically non-functional to the point where I'm just flailing and saying weird things and just being not normal, and it hurts. It hurts. So by letting out our tics during the day, just having a good old time being ourselves, we can prevent these tic attacks. So this is why you should never encourage suppression. Another person commented saying that trying to make themselves stop ticking makes them tick harder and it's so painful. And I 100% relate to this. Trying to suppress tics just leads to more tics. Ugh, I got rice. Oof. So if you're out there and you are someone without Tourette's and you are one of those people that hate seeing people tick and you're like, just stop, don't do it around me, it actually is kind of like a weird reverse thing, because if we stop around you, we're gonna end up doing more around you anyway, because if we suppress for a short period, as soon as we stop suppressing around you, it's gonna be full-blown tics. Ugh. Someone also commented saying that they had chest pain just trying to watch me suppress, and that's something I was feeling while suppressing, and a lot of people with Tourette's will relate to this. Like, suppressing just builds emotion in your body. It builds anger, it builds discomfort, it builds anxiety, it builds sadness, it builds irritability. It just builds all of this negative kind of adrenaline-y stuff that makes you want to just tick even more, and it hurts. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, because tics do hurt. My motor tics are actually really painful, but suppression also hurts to a level of kind of discomfort pain. Like, if I don't tick, my brain almost hurts and I get this like electricity, fiery build up in my body, and it's just uncomfortable. Another person said, why would you do that to yourself? And then they said they're sorry, but like, I did this to myself to prove a point, and the point is, like, people always say stop ticking, suppress your tics, like act normal. It's the societal standard to be normal. And so I suppress as much as I can because I want to pass as normal. And people have expected that of me my whole life. And so this video really opened up my eyes, because people that I don't know are commenting saying, why would you do that to yourself? And it's just, I really want to challenge you as the viewer to, if you know someone with Tourette's or any other kind of neurological disorder, I want to challenge you to just be respectful and to note that, like, your way isn't always the right way, and genuinely the person that deals with their own disorder is the one that's going to know how to best cope with their stuff. Because I know suppression sucks, and I know people have told me to suppress, and I guess people online seeing my reaction of such discomfort and pain and panic in my eyes have kind of started to realize, like, hey, suppression's bad. And that's my goal. Suppression is bad, and I want people to know. Ugh. Someone also commented saying, please don't do this again. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Another person said, that cannot be healthy. Please don't hurt yourself. And like, yeah, it isn't healthy. It's really awful to suppress. And so, it's nice to see these comments. It gives me hope that maybe society will change and realize that tic suppression should never be encouraged. And normal is just a myth. No one is normal. Different is the new normal. And I think it's just really important to be kind, not suppress tics if you have Tourette's, and if you're a loved one of someone with Tourette's, to not encourage suppression. So that was kind of the point of that video, and the comments did actually prove kind of my weird social experiment, that people saw the pain in my eyes and knew that suppression was bad from that video, but people in my everyday life will encourage me to suppress because that's society's standard. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. I don't like to suppress. I never encourage suppression. And again, if you guys haven't seen that video I'm talking about, please check it out. I will link it in the description as well. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I just wanted to talk about my little weird social experiment on YouTube. If you guys want to stay tuned to educational content, as I said, please subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell to stay tuned to all of my content about Tourette syndrome awareness and neurodiversity. My goal is to break the stigma around Tourette syndrome, because there is still such a negative stigma. We are still so misunderstood, and social media has really twisted Tourette's into something that it's not. If you like this video, I got rice. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below saying hi, telling me what you want to see in future videos, asking me questions, or letting me know if you have Tourette's, if you suppress, how do you feel when you suppress? Like, I just want to start a genuine conversation in the comments. As always, we're learning together, we're laughing together, and we're ticking together. Have a wonderful night, and thanks for watching.